I'm going to teach tonight and next week on how to avoid spiritual deception. So I'm going to give you 5 principles over the next 2 weeks. It will be much broader than simply the Lakeland deception that's happening right now. I will obviously include that in it. But what my desire is to do, you'll see tonight, this is just one of many deceptions that will continue to come to us. This is not new. We had the Laughing Revival. We had the Toronto fiasco. We had the Brownsville, which was a little better, but still really not the way it should be. And now, of course, we have this. There'll be plenty more coming. And so my goal for you to understand as we do this tonight, and next week probably I'll even include a little bit from outside the church, Oprah's New Gospel, a little bit about that. But my goal is this. When I finish these next 2 weeks, I want you to have this as a DVD or a CD. Keep it at home. Teach your children. You ought to know. So when anything happens in the future, and it will, you can go back to these principles, all that come from the Word of God, and say, what do I think about this? Does this look right? Or is there a problem here? Now, we don't want to be people that are heresy hunters, always looking for something funky. That's not our goal. People are different. Some churches tonight, what you just did, and I'm either going to have to turn this off or get a new one or something, guys, because I don't want this to be funky here. That's spiritual warfare already. Understand tonight that as we embark on this, as I said before, there should be an understanding that even though people are different, and some of us enjoy a little more structured kind of teaching or more structured order of service, other people kind of a little more in the charismatic realm can do whatever. That's not what we're talking about tonight. What we're talking about tonight are scriptural principles and deception that the enemy brings to us. So I believe after these 2 weeks, it'll be very evident for you, because that's our goal, for you to look and go, that isn't right. That isn't right. So I'm going to give you 5 things, so I encourage you to take notes. Now on the overhead is something, it's a Fugu fish. And I don't know any of you have ever played with this fish. Any of you have ever eaten this fish? Any of you ever eaten this fish? No. Some of you that have are dead already, so it doesn't matter. You see, I read this article, it's interesting. A single Fugu, which is called a pufferfish, contains enough poison to kill 30 people. And there is no antidote. Let me read you the article. A New York chef. Before I arrived at this dark back alley restaurant in Tokyo, I've been told that trust was the most crucial element involved when choosing a Fugu chef. It was like selecting a heart surgeon or a private pilot. The Fugu chef has your life in his hands, one of my Japanese friends had said. My tiger Fugu was purchased at the market, then cleaned by Hashimoto in his kitchen sink. That's it. One man, one fish, no processing plants, no noisy government inspectors. My life was, in fact, in Hashimoto's hands. For true Fugu addicts, this is the only way to experience the thrilling, near-death pleasure of the real thing. Now just think about this tonight in this perspective. Knowing this, no one here in their right mind would simply walk into a fish market, choose a fish, any fish, you don't know what this looks like, go home and cook it. No, you wouldn't ever risk that knowing that there's kind of fish out there. You would go in, you'd ask someone who knows, Is this fish eatable? Can I clean it? How do I clean it? What does it look like? How do you prepare it? So in our world tonight, many people think that if a program, a teacher, a prophet is on Christian TV or some internet site like God TV, or he or she mentions God, Jesus, or angels, then whatever happened on that show must be from God. That's exactly how spiritual deception occurs and continues to occur tonight. But there is a chef, God, who has given us instructions how to clean and fix the fish, the Bible, so that everyone can be fed spiritually, enjoy life, and live forever in heaven. We have a God who's given us his word tonight. You can trust the chef. Your life is in his hands, and there's no better hands than his.